What's good, budget fam? We're gonna pick up from I think March 7th on this next video. We gotta separate the two autos from the two photos so that we can do a tent that's a photo tent, an auto tent. It'll be 12 hours on for one tent. The other one will have 18 hours on for the other. So let's get into the video. No, they're getting too big. They're overlapping and touching. I don't like it. I don't like it. Hey, little guy. That's a thick stem, boy. That is one thick stem, boy. Change. Alrighty. Hey, look. You're feeling better. You're feeling a little bit better. You're a little still lime, a little light green. I ain't perfect, but it looks like the CalMag sprays are working. Doing CalMag foliar. These guys look fine. I fed them a little bit of 444, like only one little tablespoon. I'm trying to like reduce the amount as low as possible. Yep, and here we are. So as far as the GMO goes, it looks like I got the training done properly, that the top stem, the main apical stem, all the way out here, bent it out. Bent her out yesterday. Oh, she's hardening up. That's getting harder. She's getting strong. She's getting strong. That's not great. It's a lot stronger, but at least we broke apical dominance. If we look at all these bud sites, they're all within like probably, this is the lowest one, an inch of each other. It looks like, yep, about an inch. Like the lowest to the tallest is about an inch-ish, maybe, roughly. So let's get a little overview. Bloop. They're looking happy. I think we got less of an even canopy here. We got to get that main apical dominance out of there. Get a worker out of there. Gummy bears are known to really bulk up. So like that bud is probably going to be pretty massive at the end of this. And bending it over is going to make like a banana shape, but I'm going to do it anyways so that these other guys get some love. So here we are. Let's see what I can do for you guys to see if you can get focused in. I wish it would autofocus. That would be so sick. So I just lean her over. I grab the leaf at the top towards the direction I want to go, and I just pull down. If you feel any give on the leaf, like I felt like a tiny, tiny little bit of tear on that. Right there. Do you see that little tiny tear right there? I felt that, immediately let go, and that's how you know that that's adequate pressure. You're at the point where you're about to tear the leaf, so don't want to do that. At least not too much. I don't mind a little bit of tearing. Don't mind a little bit. There we are. That should be lower and better. I think I could probably get it even better, but I'm at the point where I'm starting to stretch outside of this tent, like good growing range. I'm going to have to split these up. I think I'm going to get the more powerful lights to the autos to finish, because the other plants are just going to be in veg for a little longer. And yeah, that'll work. So, all right, we got to check the weight of all these pots to see how watered they are. One finger lift on this one. Ooh, that one's real light. Still got some heft to it. Still a little bit hefty. So the autos, as they're flowering, at the start of flower, they don't drink as much, but towards the end of flower, they drink just as much as heavy, like during in veg. These are photos too, so they're gonna drink more. They have like more developed root systems. They're just bigger plants in general. I just opened this one up a little bit. This is the Violet Vortex. Let me get you a little zoom skis in this one. Bengi. Right there. Let's go. So, the Violet Vortex, she's kind of a monster. I defoliated her. She's the only one who's gotten defoliated because she's got too much going down there. I'm probably going to defoliate her some more because she doesn't stop growing just mad amount of leaves. But probably the most vigorous plant out of all of these. Well, it's hard to compare these because these are autos and they flower pretty early. This is about like 30 days in, 35, 38, somewhere around there, between 35 and 38 days. But did a little pot lift to see which one's the heaviest and what needs watering. These two need water, but I'm not going to water them a lot. I'm trying to kind of stall their growth for a second. When I get the other tent ready, I'm going to move these out. The problem right now is the garage drops below 30, and those temps just aren't it for plants. We will probably be able to grow in the garage in like a week. The last cold day of March, I think, is the 19th or 20th. So I'm down to risk it for like 1 or 2 cold nights and just get them in there. It'll probably affect growth. These will probably purple out a lot more. And it'll probably be slowed. But we're probably going to have to move all this into the garage. There's just not enough room for these girls. And I can't really properly train them. So we'll have to move these to the garage. Alrighty, we got some humic acid and some kelp. We got a new dining table. We got our new couch. Everything's coming together. It's looking great. Here's a little gallon or half-gallon jug of some nutrients I got to mix up. And we're going to feed the plants. Let's get this tripod set up. And then you'll see a quick splashies. A cool little thing to note is if you have holes or drainage holes in the bottom of your pot, if you allow water to get down there, they'll bottom water themselves and feed from the bottom. And you can use that as a measurement to see how much water your plant wants or needs. The plant will stop drinking from the bottom whenever it's fully saturated, so it's a good way to double check if your plant's still thirsty. If you've watered your plant and you want to see if the plant's still thirsty, give it a little water where its roots are. If it's healthy and it still wants some water, it will uptake it straight up through the roots. Alrighty, I think this will be it for the day. That's the end of March 7th. And we'll be seeing you on March 8th in a second. Alright, what's the plan for today, buddies? Good morning, Starshine. A world says hello. We got some stank to them, mostly earthy stank. A little bit of sour in there. You look great. You always look great. You look a little bit lime, a little lime colored. I don't know if it's your genetics or underfeeding you or something. Maybe I'll feed you more. We'll see. Got the 2 autos. They're really starting to flower decently even. Not the most even, but I'll take it. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. Got a table. We're going to have to build 4 chairs. Clean this area up. Move this tent into the garage. Lay down some carpet. And we got to clear this little area right here on the side, so I have a sitting area. Tent's going right here instead of the sitting area. So do all that today. Have 2 tents all set up and ready to go. 4 chairs. We just got our couch in. It's looking nice. We got our bar stools. We're starting to really put this house together. Really starting to come together. We got a coffee table we got to do. That's probably going to be tomorrow. But I'll be back when I start getting rid of stuff. Alright, girly pops. It's about time I moved you to the other room. Got the garage cleared out for All y'all, I don't know. 2 of y'all got to go into the Vivosun. I'll probably put all of them in there temporarily. We got the smoke spotter here, carpeted area, carpeted area. There we are. Yeah, yucky. Have you smelled it? Smell of it? It smells like dirt. I don't know if the smell of vision worked, but it smelled like dirt. So I'm gonna get a little bit ISO, a little bit of probably Clorox wipes, and just clean this down. Get your little view of that. In the tent with the 2 ViparSpectras, the XS1500 Pros. We got the ViparSpectra P2000. What does this say? Wing. Alrighty. Budget buds are on their way. So if I were to be able to get some clothes hangers, I would trim these out a little bit out like this, a little bit out like this. This one would come out here. Probably place the clothes hanger where my fingers are, right there, right there. Just open her up all across. I'll be back with some hangers and we'll see. So we got good news and we got bad news. Good news is we do have hangers. The bad news is these are felt. They're a little bit heavier, and these are nice hangers that my girlfriend really likes. But I'm still gonna use them to show you guys. I'm gonna risk it for y'all. I'm gonna risk it. So I would do something like that. Find a nice little spot for this one. Hanger like that, like a Christmas tree. Like I'm hanging ornaments on a Christmas tree. Find some spots to open her up. Just hang her on. The lower you go, the less the drag. So let's say you want a hanger to go real low. You want this plant to go lower. You go higher up. The higher up you go, the lower it goes. And the lower the hanger, the higher up. I'll put this right under the last node, right here. Yep. I guess I could put it up a little bit high. Why not? Why not? Why not? Sometimes they fall, so just replace them. Make sure they're all in the right spots. You can also use the long side as a row. I could create a row. Let's say I want these all to be in one row. I'd loop them all in and get all their little buds in there if I can. Yep, get real low, and then we pull out. And that will create a row. And these will straighten out towards that side. I'm not going to use the row technique on this one because these are felt. I don't want to get felt all over my plants. I'm going to hang this on. This is the apical meristem, the main top. I'm gonna do it on him. Let's find a good spot. Bam. This is not optimal. I need more hangers. I probably need 1, 2, at least 3 more hangers for these three. The 3 tall guys. Maybe 1 for this if I wanted to, or I could just, I'll show you how to super crop. So super cropping is breaking the stem almost all the way through, but just a little bit. You could do some twisting, some pinching, some rolling, whatever you gotta do. Oh, bend over. That smells good. Super cropper. So this type of training is super easy. I think every starter, every newbie should learn how to use clothes hangers. These are easier to use than bud clips. They're easier to use than scrog nets. And you're still exposing the lower bud sites to more light, meaning that you'll get more growth. I'm not going to do this side until I get more hangers, and I won't do this plant until I get more hangers. So that's just a little demonstration for y'all. See you guys next time on Bud Get Buds, how to do everything on a budget. Hell yeah. So moving her out into the garage on a warm day with this light. I haven't got an exhaust fan in here yet. So temps are kind of going up. She's loving the warmer temps. I might just not even run an inline fan on this. I might just have like a couple more fans on the bottom of the tent moving air. But she likes warm temps, and she was too cold inside, causing her to give those ugly colors. So I'm expecting her to explode in the next like week or 2. That's crazy, dog. And obviously she's gonna explode too. With the this is the ViparSpectra P2000. It's solid. It's a little bit heavy in the middle, but like PPFD wise, you're straight over here and over here. But like dead center's a little bit, just a little bit hot, but we fine. And it runs a little bit hot too. I ain't gonna lie, this driver is warm as. Okay, I might have to add 1 more fan up here to push some air across the top because that's a little bit warm. I can't. If you can feel the heat coming off of it, that's a little bit warm. Never do late night updates, but just want to show you guys at night they start drooping the leaves. Instead of being so perky like they are in the morning, they get a little droopy droop. Usually it's a sign of saying, I've got enough like light for the day, I'm trying to get into rest mode. Feel the urge to train this plant. Just can't help myself but want to train her up a little bit, so why not? Why not? You know? Why not? Let's just pull her out a little bit. Here, let's try to get a picture there. Bam. Already. Just me. Take my thumb, putting 2 fingers behind it to support the stem. Just gently pushing on her until I get a slight bend, and I'll feel it. I know that I've bent her, and she'll stay kind of in that direction. So we'll do that for all the tops, one at a time. Yeah. do this one. I found a nice area where there's no nugs that could damage. Probably right around here is where I'm going to select this point. 2 fingers behind. I like to put my ring finger to also support it on the lower end. So I'm only putting a little bit of pressure. And doing that opens her up. And we'll do that for everything, and you'll see a much wider plant instead of this tall, like, stacking on top of itself. It just really isn't helpful for it. So let's see if I can do it for this one. Use my right hand this time. A little bit of a bam-ba-bam. The more you do this, the more you get used to it, and you'll know that you've gotten it or you didn't get it. Alrighty, it looks a little bit mutilated. It looks a little bit funny right now. But I promise by opening her up like this and taking those hangers off like tomorrow-ish, she's going to look like a completely different plant, and she'll be much bushier and much more even. I'm stealing these from the other plant that I trained yesterday, which is pretty much set in. So the training, once you do it, these knots will set in on their stems, causing them to like kind of make these weird little bends everywhere. You'll see it. Yep. But there you are. Bang bang. This one got trained yesterday. Training's taken, which is pretty good. I should probably train it more, but I only got 4 hangers on me, and we're a bunch of buds, and I didn't feel like going to go get more hangers. So sorry, buds. Sorry, buds. Got everything set up yesterday, so this one should be a quick one. Good morning, Starshine. The world says hello. So after the training, she seems to have bushed out. We see all these larger bud sites are pretty much pulled out from the center of the plant. Not as pulled out as she is. But we're going to be removing these so that she has time to close herself back up and become more of a bush again. So we'll be removing those little braces, and we might be using these braces for the next plant over. Budget bud style. Only using 4 hangers to train 4 plants. Jeez, my Louise. Let's see. Bingo, bango, bongo. Some beautiful growth, though. Let's just move this one down. I don't feel like taking them off. Nope, no one's not getting taken off. No, sir. No, sir, not me. There we are. So by readjusting those, I've created a row right here on the outside, a row on the outside left side, and now I'm working on this row on the back side, and then these will be at that. It'll be square by the time it's done. You'll see this guy will perk upward. This guy will hopefully lean in a little bit. That guy who's all fallen back will come back up. And this will come more of a square shape, kind of like that, where they're more even. They're not all perfectly even, but much closer to even than much closer than it was before. Yeah. So the whole point is to get an even canopy. If they're slightly bent out like that, it increases the surface area. So these plants should be happy now. Should be. I probably should defoliate this lower half right here down, but I'm not gonna try to remove any more plant matter that if I can, at least. Let's check the weight of these pots. Oh wow, she's light. Oh wow, she's light. These girls are drinking really fast. Let's see if I can get you a shot of the soil. This is looking dry. Let's see. Yep, still dry. Still pretty dry up there. Alrighty. That's enough dryness for me to want to water these. So I'm going to water both these, probably half gallon. These guys are starting to chug. We'll be back. Alrighty, I believe I've shown this before, but this is a half gallon. And this is some raw humic acid. It's a 004. I use it to supplement my plants when they're going into flower. It's a great chelator, acts as pH buffer. It's just an all-around great product for heading into flower. Providing some of the nutrients you need and allowing your plant to uptake any nutrients that are already in the soil better. The other thing I add into the half-gallon mix is some CalMag. I generally do anywhere from like 2 milliliters to 5 milliliters a gallon when I'm feeding the root system. I give this a little stir, and then we send it. But that's pretty much all I do for feeding. This feed I only use like in between veg and flower and towards the end of flower. When the nutrients kind of run out for organics, they don't immediately come back if you were to add organic amendments. So in order to maintain the proper ppms, I'm doing a little bit of a liquid feed for the plants. All right, I'll see you guys. Goodbye. I'm pretty sure I missed taking a video on the 10th of the photo period tent, so we'll make sure to get some video of it on the left. Sorry, friends, the audio got really messed up for this one section, so I'm going to do a voiceover. Plant on the right is the gummy bears, and the plant on the left is the GMO. We did some training on her, and you can see the structure is starting to become much more even. We only have one tall spot, the main apical meristem. We'll bend that over with probably a single clothes hanger later. The GMO is now slightly better, getting its shape going. Spreading her out, increasing surface area. Looking good. And we move on to the other tent. This is the photo period tent. It's currently under the P2000, a $130 light. The tent is a $80 tent, so we're looking at $230 for this full setup. Plant on the right is the blueberry cupcake. Remember, it was very yellow. I told you she was going to explode. Yeah. So the warmer temps have really been helping her. The center is all opened up. I've leaned out all the branches. I really like the penetration that we're getting on that plant. I wanted to train the left plant, the Violet Vortex, but I'd rather showcase a little bit less training on some plants so you guys can feel more comfortable with taking on a growing challenge like this.
you won't have to worry as much about training. Just kind of just let the plant do its thing. So you guys enjoy the rest of the video. I'll see you on our way out.